Hey everyone, welcome to Personal Finance Papi, where I teach all about personal finances. It's a brand new year, and with that, I want you to start off on the right foot. New year, new budget. Let's dive into the world of smart spending and savvy savings, and make this year the most financially amazing one yet. Let's start with the basics. Why budget? Well, imagine going on a road trip driving across the country without a map or GPS. You know the general direction, but there's a high chance of getting lost or taking a much longer route. That's your finances without a budget. A budget is your financial roadmap. It helps you track where your money is coming from and where it's going. Now, how to reach your money goals without any detours. Because without a budget, you can be spending much more money than you need. And I know I'm guilty of this. So let's buckle up and get ready. Setting up a budget can seem like a chore, but it's actually pretty simple. First, you list your income. That's any money coming in, salary, side hustles, you name it. Next, let's tackle the expenses. Fixed expenses like rent, mortgage, utilities, variable expenses like grocery and entertainments. And don't forget those little daily purchases, they add up. There are a few different methods for budgeting, and you can always switch depending on what stage you are in, because personal finance is not a one-type-fits-all. The envelope budgeting system. This was my very first budgeting system I used when I first started working, and I had no idea it was a method. I worked at a pizza place and a car wash. At the car wash, I would get tips and come home with cash. So I decided I wanted to divide the money up for different things. I took different envelopes and named each one with something specific on it. On one, I put savings. This was like a long term. Under no circumstance was I allowed to touch it. This in my mind was the goal of a house or a car, something my 16-year-old self wanted for the future. Next was a short-term goal. This was something that took a few paychecks to save for, like a video game for Xbox. And finally, I had the spending envelope. This was my fun money. I can use this without regret. Go to the movies, buy clothes, eat junk food, whatever I wanted. Once it was gone, it's gone. I didn't dive into the other ones for more money. This system is a fantastic way to actually see your budget and curb overspending. When the eating out envelope is empty, it's time for some home-cooked meals. Why go old school with envelopes? It's simple. It makes you think before you spend. You can't swipe past zero on an envelope. Plus, it's a great way to really understand your spending habits. You might find that your needs and your wants start to align more closely with your actual budget. Here's a pro tip. Be realistic. Don't put too little in an envelope just to end up borrowing from another. Second, any money left over at the end of the month, that's your reward. Save it or treat yourself. I was always a saver, so I just put more into that saving envelope. And if carrying cash feels like a blast from the past, there are digital envelope systems too. Apps that mimic this method with virtual envelopes. The 50-30-20 rule is a popular one. It does the math for you. 50% of your income for necessities, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Let's break it down. First, 50% for your needs. These are your essentials. We're talking about rent, mortgage, utility, grocery, insurance, and any other bills you absolutely must pay. It's about covering your bases first. Next up, 30% for your wants. This is where you can have some fun. This portion is for those things you enjoy but don't necessarily need. Dining out, hobbies, streaming subscriptions, this is your playground. But remember, it's limited to 30%. Finally, we have 20% for savings and debt repayment. This is crucial for your financial health. This could be contributing to your emergency fund, savings for retirement, or paying down credit card debt. It's all about securing your financial future. Now, it's important to remember this rule is a guideline. Depending on your personal circumstances, these percentages can be adjusted. For instance, if you're living in a high-cost area, your needs might take up more than 50% of your income. The key is flexibility in finding out what works best for you. Zero-based budget. If you're a fan of details, try the zero-based budget, where every dollar gets a job. It's like a financial to-do list. Zero-based budgeting is a method where your income minus your expenses equals zero. In other words, you're giving every single dollar a job, whether it's for spending, savings, or investing. It's all about being intentional with your money. So how do we set up a zero-based budget? Step 1 is to calculate your total monthly income. You subtract your expenses from your income, aiming to hit zero. This might mean adjusting some spending habits or finding creative ways to stretch out your dollars. But wait, it's not just about spending all of your income. Zero-based budgeting also means allocating money towards savings, debt, repayment, and investments. Every dollar should be doing something for you. The beauty of zero-based budgeting is its flexibility and clarity. It forces you to be mindful where your money is going and it helps you prevent wasteful spending. To keep track, use budgeting apps or spreadsheets. Regularly update your budget throughout the month to ensure you're on track. Remember, the goal is to reach zero at the end of the month, but in a way that boosts your financial health, not diminish it. Here's a tip. Always review and adjust your budget monthly. Life changes, and so should your budget. This will help you stay agile in response to your financial needs. Not a fan of spreadsheets or paper? No worries. There's tons of budgeting apps out there. From Mint to You Need a Budget, these apps make budgeting as easy as scrolling through your Insta feed. And the best part? You can track your budget on the go and make adjustments in real time. It's like having a financial advisor in your pocket. Sticking to a budget can be tough, but here are some tips to keep you on track. Set realistic goals. Reward yourself for sticking to your budget. And don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. It's a journey. Remember, budgeting is not about restricting yourself. It's about empowering yourself to make informed financial decisions. You can do this. Remember, a budget is a tool to make your money work for you. So let's make this year count. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more financial fun. Drop your budgeting questions or tips in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep budgeting and remember, I believe in you.